What is up, guys? And for today's coaster review, I'll be reviewing Time Traveler, a one-of-a-kind spinning coaster that has 3 inversions and pretty much will get you a different ride on every single ride you ride it. It is a controlled spin, so you won't get, like the craziness like on the spinning way on mouses, which is good, which the controlled spin is just enough for it to be fantastic, which it is made by MACK rides. It is 100 feet tall, so it actually does work into the terrain. So that 100 feet is from the bottom of the hill to where the station is at 100 feet tall. The thing is that the station and the brake run is the highest part of the ride, which you start out the ride by going down the hill into the top speed of 50 miles per hour, which is very solid, which then of course it also has 3 inversions, a dive loop, a normal vertical loop for a spinning coaster, and a zero gravity roll, which is pretty much a corkscrew, and a track length of 3,020 feet. Now to start out, this coaster probably has one of the best elements in the world up its sleeve, and that is the first 90-degree drop out of the station, and in the back is where it's at. You start spinning and then you absolutely get flung down that drop, which is 90 degrees, and it feels like you are just going down and you are going down and down, and you're absolutely out of your seat. Definitely the highlight of the ride, definitely one of the best elements on a ride, period. It is just fantastic. I would definitely even come back to Silver Dollar City just for that drop if I could just do that, but it is like that good. I really can't describe it. Okay, now I rode it 5 times, once in the front, once in the middle / back, and 3 times in the back, and of course the back is definitely the best row, but every row is great. I mean, like, my first impressions were like, wow, that whole area with the thunderation like to the side and is very cool, and of course that entrance sign is fantastic and so detailed. All the gears turning on it and like everything about it is just absolutely stunning, but the annoying thing about it is that it's a clock, so it ticks, so it keeps going like tick tock. It's annoying, but it's cool. But then you'll walk down the queue. This ride's station and brake run is situated on the top of the hill, and the rest of the ride is down in the terrain. Then is the 3-level building, which the first is just switchbacks for the line and an enclosed building with some signs to be there, and then the second one is a little more like cooler. Like there's like opening in the middle of the building, which that connects from the bottom to the second floor with some cool clocks hanging down. What they actually do on the second floor is they put you on numbers, like they combine the fast pass line and the regular line, and they assign you to a row that now once it's ready they'll send you up the stairs to the station, which by doing the system you could pick your own row. They let you pick your own row, and there's no line in the station, which is awesome. Also, a very super cool thing is that in the station there's these gears at the very top the station. They're so detailed, like they move, and they also move when you leave the station like Mako. It's really a neat effect, but once you board, the restraints lock automatically. It's a really cool system. The riders first they tell you to put all your hands up, and then they'll come down, and then they'll lock automatically, and then on the side if it shows green you're good to go, and if it's red, you know what I mean. But it just speeds up the operations, which are already very quick. Also, these restraints are super comfortable. Now also, if you try, they'll give you some room, which is, now what's really weird is that in the boarding process they come down like really hard at first, but then right before the train leaves they open up a little bit, giving you some more room. But anyways, this coaster does look fantastic. There's windows in the station and the line that you can look to see the layout, which I also love the colors on this ride. It's all dark gray, which looks fantastic. Now overall, this coaster was a great fit for Silver Dollar City. It going along with the time travel name is themed to Time Traveler. I don't think I've seen a theme before. I love the theme. Of course, it's Time Traveler taking place in the 19th century, I think. There's signs in the queue and the clocks and the gears all around the queue and the station, of course. The entrance sign. Now actually at the end of the ride there's this voice that's like, "Papa, we did it," from a girl that apparently that they just time traveled, which of course they time traveled with us, but then she goes on saying stuff like, "If you dream you could do it," or whatever. It's kind of cringy, but this coaster is also very smooth. I didn't really notice any roughness. To go along, man, this ride is fun. There's not a bad part about this ride. The inversions, the launches, and of course that drop out of the station is fantastic. This is definitely one of the best MACK coasters out there. It may even be the best, but now let's get into the ride experience, going through it element by element. So you leave the station and go down that awesome 90-degree drop out of the station. I went over earlier, this drop is fantastic, but then you will come up into this dive loop-like element, which is very fun. The first inversion of the 3, but this one is just a fun element. But then you will twist back up into a quick turn, and then to the first launch that you pretty much come to a complete stop before the launch. You really lose all your momentum, which is a major con to this ride, ride, and plus that launch after the stop is very gradual and it's definitely not the best launch. It really is just like a standard mock launch, but then you'll go through it and into the bank in the air. That is again very fun. You'll actually get some great views of the rest of the ride because you are spinning and you'll travel down into this vertical loop. It really is crazy to think about a vertical loop being on a spinning coaster, but overall it's not the best element on the ride, but it's solid. You will then maneuver into this super good twist in the air, which then you'll go like from one way to the other. I was actually out of my seat a little, which was great, and then you'll bank around into the final inversion. It's the corkscrew, which is also pretty good, but then when you exit that, there's this nice pop of airtime right before that second launch that really like jolted at me out of my seat, it was great. You really will be out of your seat, but following that, of course, it has the second launch. It doesn't come to a stop like the first one, but it barely speeds up. Like, this pretty much is an accelerate to get up to the station level. It really is just like a fine mock launch, but then you go up into this turn that almost inverts. It's a pretty fun, but then you'll go back up into the brakes, and then you'll be ending your ride on Time Traveler. But overall, I loved this ride. It was fantastic. It definitely wouldn't be as good if it did not have that first drop, which is insane, but for its overall score, I'll be giving it a 9.5. It is super good. But tell us what you think if you have written it in the comments. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell icon to get notified when I post a new video. It helps a lot, and see ya.